Hello, and welcome to Talks Around the Teapot. We'll never do it any differently.
We won't. Welcome back, guys. We're not sure how many episodes it will have been since our last Teapot, but we're here to yap about everything
So
far of the latter part of Act 3, which is very, very scary. But we had an insane run of episodes. Mm-hmm. So much has happened.
Where did it start? I know where it started. You know where it started. I forgot and I remembered.
Yeah. There was so many things. I mean, you can tell that we're getting near the end because everything has gone off the rails. And there were so many, reveals. There's so much lore. There's so many surprises that people kept hidden, and there's information about that we still don't know that Rio's going to tell us today in this episode, which is exciting.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're just a little innocent boy with 4 hit
I guess it'll
points.
come up in the notes somewhere.
Yeah.
And anything they don't tell us today, they'll tell us in the next talk.
Yeah, true.
They have to.
Yes,
law.
I legally have to, yeah.
Okay. All right. Shall we begin? First of all, before we begin, actually, I want to give props to Rio for being a note taker and interviewer at the same time as now being a player character on the show. I think they've done a lot of work and focus, and little round of applause for Rio.
It pays to be a forever DM in a different campaign. It means I can talk and write at the same time. The first note I have is Hex and Viscount, because quite frankly, the moment building up to that was, it was
so good.
It was very, it was one of those things where I was watching it, and it was only when I wrote Hex and Viscount I was like, oh, I should be taking notes on this, because I was very much just watching the kind of build up towards the fucking up.
The choice.
Yes.
Yeah, because it was the thing with killing the Viscount. We killed the Viscount, guys.
We did.
We killed the fucking Viscount.
Hell yeah.
The thing about the choice to kill the Viscount was that I had known from quite soon after we filmed the last episode that was probably going to happen. Just based on because, and I think the reason it was so immersive from the start in that episode was because of what the last episode was.
Yeah.
Because that was such an intense run of things and reveals and massive stuff happening. I think we were all immediately back in that, and everything that had happened was what fueled Rosalind to do that. Had she not just found out everything that she'd found out, she would have stuck to the plan of oh well, we keep him alive to do the ritual. But I mean, it was scary because the thing is once I'd cast Hex, I'd made the choice, everything before was her working out what she was going to do, and it was one where I knew what she was probably going to do. There was still a chance she wouldn't, but she didn't know what she was going to do until she did it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that made the choice very scary and exhilarating, because Rosalind is never selfish. Rosalind never acts for herself and her own instincts and what she wants, and this was sort of the first time she did ever, and that she let herself have that, and I'm so glad she did. As much as we'll get there later, as much as it might have started a series of unfortunate events for our plans, as the player, I'm so glad that she made that choice, that we got that episode, that she got that payoff. But yeah, the basic thought process was that, so the most devastating thing Lyndon has ever done to me is have Georgiana love Rosalind. And that, it was not her choice. We'll get there more when we get to the druid shit later on. But, Rosalind, in that moment, had very little understanding of what had happened. All she knew was that her mother was supposed to have loved her, and her father did something that meant that her mother couldn't. Her father did something to his wife that ruined her life and his daughter's. And it was that. And then I think it was such a blur. I'm trying to remember what her thought process she went through. But I think she had that moment at the start of this episode of being so stuck in that But she can't do anything. She can't go talk to Frederick about it. She can't go shout at him. She can't have any closure on that right now because he ran into the fucking portal. And then she turns around and she's in the house where she met the Viscount at 16. And Harold's there and Martha's upstairs and she's so aware of that. And Rosalind is suddenly so like, oh, every husband that I know has ruined his wife's life, whether he's meant to or not. Ruined or ended his wife's life. And it's not like a vitriol thing. It's not a like she just hates men thing. But it was very much that anger about the injustice of women in society, in demon hunting society and normal Regency society. And then he was there, held in place for her, and Lilith wasn't watching, you know? And so it was just that build-up. And I think I described it as like she sort of started acting before she knew what she was doing. But it was that, like, you know, when you do something and subconsciously you know what you're doing and it's what you want and that it's right, but, like, your brain hasn't quite caught up yet. Like, that's sort of how it felt again, and then Hex, and then it was that, like, well, I'm in it now.
Yeah.
And so her call out to the others of, like, do what you want to do was very much still somehow in this really overwhelmed state, having that, like, awareness somehow that she's seen as a leader and she needs to make it clear that, like, she's not saying you have to do this. She's not saying I want anyone to die for this. She's just saying make your own choices. But I'm committed to doing this now. Like, I'm committed to doing this. And I gave him disadvantage on his wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, which was very good because
I'm
he
so
was
proud of you.
It was very good because he was held and
Thank you,
needed
Mummy
that.
Georgiana Penhallow.
We did.
We did.
We did need that.
We did need that.
Talia needed that for her 69 damage in one round.
Oh my god, that was so good. No, but we would have definitely died if he'd woken up earlier.
Yes.
Because this was the most, I know we've said it before, this was definitely the closest combat we've ever had. We won really by the skin of our teeth.
we ended and Agatha was down. Seth had 2 hit points.
Harold and Albert were dead.
Harold and Albert were dead. Talia had 1 hit point.
Rosalind had 1 hit point at one point, and then I think she ended on like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
And Harold and Albert died.
That was really like, we needed every single person who was there, and we needed it to go exactly like that or better for us.
Yeah.
Otherwise we would have died.
Literally, if we'd rolled any worse at any point, we would have died and he would have got away.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that I finally got to use my brand.
Yes!
Yeah, that was
And it still works.
And it still works, which is cool. So it's seeming like I still have a class, I just don't have a demon to turn into. Which is
Which is
good to
better
know.
than nothing.
Cool.
It's better than nothing. I thought I'd have a D8 and that was it.
Yeah.
And
I'm
if
very
I
glad.
had that, we would have been
Well, yeah,
dead.
without that round that you got 69 damage in one
Well,
go,
like all of my attacks, because I was getting an extra D6 on every attack with my sword.
yeah.
Like without that, I would have been barely scraping the surface.
Yeah. It's so like, it's cool lore-wise because it's almost like the demon has left you, but it's left you changed. Like it's left you with things still.
Yeah.
Like to defend yourself, and that's cool.
That is cool.
I like it.
That was such an intense battle. It was so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought for a moment, because Agatha went down twice.
Yeah.
I thought that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
for me.
Well, Talia went down a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like, did she go down 2 or 3 times?
I thought it was just the once.
No, because Rosalind
you
brought her
went-
up,
and then
Seth
Seth
brought
did.
her up.
I think it was twice then. 'cause
I think.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No,
And
'cause
then
the
she went
horse-
down on the chase.
On the horse chase.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So she
No.
went down 3 times.
It was
Wow.
phenomenal. Like, we've never had a battle like that
No.
before. And the fact it was with one guy.
Yeah.
And I'm really like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But we did it. But do you have
barely.
more notes to structure our talk on this?
I said I like the rose water poison spray.
that was good.
Yeah. It was just such a gorgeous battle because it was so intense, because it was so close, but because it was also Like, it's just satisfying to get personal revenge. And it's just satisfying because, like, I obviously didn't know how Rosalind would be throughout the battle, but it was very satisfying to me that she kept finding these moments to sort of force him to justice, or to force him to sort of, like, not even to force him, but, like, Rosalind kept finding moments to bring it back to what this battle was about. You know? Like, it didn't just become a, like, we all hate you and we're gonna kill you. Like, she really had it so grounded in, like, no, me and you have been playing this game for 2 years and I'm ending it. I have had enough of this now. And she just kept doing shit that I hadn't planned and I didn't know. And I was just like, yes, babe.
And the necklace. The necklace stopping things working.
The necklace stopping.
Yeah, that was certainly a mechanic, wasn't it? That was pissing me off because I was rolling so badly for it. I really passed like 2 of those rolls, I think.
The battle would have been over much sooner if you succeeded all those rolls.
Well, yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was.
Which is why Lilith gave us them.
Well, yes.
Like, she knew this was coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing is, it was really pissing me off when I wanted to hurt him. I was very grateful for it when he was trying to hurt me.
Well, yeah.
So, like, pros and cons. Rosalind was getting very angry about it. But she also, again, knew that it was going to protect her from him. She was just annoyed because he had so many more things that, like, he didn't have to do that for. Because he didn't have to for his area of effect spells, which I just think is unfair. I don't have any area of effect spells.
Maybe you should take some.
Yeah. Maybe that's the takeaway. But yeah, the necklace was annoying.
Yeah.
But it did make it so satisfying when I did get hits in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
when you got that magic
when
missile
I got the magic
in.
missile was so
Because you'd been
good.
wanting to do it for so long.
That's how I killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... But the first time I got a spiritual weapon in was very good as well.
Yeah, I love your spiritual weapon.
The way that we killed him.
Oh!
So because we sort of knew that this was a potential that was going to happen, we were like, do you know what the ideal thing would be? The ideal setup, if I could have it anyway. D&D's not going to let it happen that way, but if I could have it anyway, Talia's holding the Viscount for Rosalind to kill him.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. That is how it lined up.
I'm so gagged that happened. Like, that was how we always dreamed that it would. That was, like, the dream way. I cannot believe that the initiative, the timing, the spell slots, every check made it so that it was the way that we said would be the ideal way to kill him. But yeah. Please.
That's fine.
Give us chronological.
Are we jumping all over the place?
No, you jumped to the end.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm like, because I know there were other cool moments.
So I just got excited.
I mean, just a fun little note. Kneecapped.
Yes! Oh my god, that was
Aggie!
so cool.
I just thought, like, because I knew that Agatha, like, killing the Viscount, for narrative reasons, Agatha shouldn't do that. But I thought it would still be cool to get a couple shots in the kneecap to, like, get him down.
But again, like, that had to happen for us to be able to get to him at the end, because that's why he couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason, like, again, and that again, to go back to how it ended, even though Agatha was down, it was all 3 girls that really got him in the end, because he couldn't move, he couldn't run. His kneecap had been shot. And Agatha's so slay. I love her so much. That's the life of a gunslinger. Bang, bang, bang,
bang. Yeah, I think I'm definitely glad because we rolled the same initiative.
We did.
And I am glad that that you went first, because if you hadn't said do whatever you want to him, Agatha wouldn't have done anything. She would have skipped that turn.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have known what to do.
And this is sort of why I went first, is because I just think it makes sense, because that Rosalind was leading that attack.
Yeah.
And she also, the way I like to think about it, because it's just cool and I like thinking about these things in D&D, is that because we did roll the same initiative number, in my head it's really like Rosalind acted and then, like, literally without missing a beat, Agatha was in. Like,
oh, hello.
That was my notebook. But, like, I like to think about it as, like, Agatha was literally, like, ready for action. Like, she sprang in on Rosalind's heels, you know?
But on the flip side of that, I was so glad that Talia was so low. Because, like, she'd literally just had half of her ripped away, and she was like, it's raining.
Yeah.
And she's
she,
like,
didn't know what she
I'm
could
hollow,
do.
there's nothing left, like, I don't know what I can and can't do anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, it made... I love when the initiative rolls
Makes
line up
sense.
and
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
sense
no,
with
this
the
is-
narrative
This
of the
was
story.
this was a really good like initiative.
It was.
And,
You know-
like, Reginald being the only person after her
Yeah.
also makes so
Yeah.
much sense.
Poetic
Because
justice.
he was the only one that didn't know
Anything.
any magical thing. So, like, of course, that takes a while to comprehend and know what to do with.
Mm-hmm.
Mwah,
I wonder what he did. I wonder where he is.
I think he just went, sat in the kitchen, made
He just
himself
hid.
a cup of tea,
Yeah.
maybe a sandwich. That's what I think he did.
I think he went and he got the boys and he just took them out, the brothers.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah,
all
maybe.
that, yeah.
Then we couldn't find
Because you couldn't find them, so you know
Yeah.
that's what I think happened.
Yeah.
And if that isn't what happened, I think it should.
I was thinking about him going and making sure the other servants were safe and that nobody came into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The branding, that being the first time you did the brand, so sick.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing, actually, because there's only one other time I've thought about using the brand. And I couldn't do it because I wanted to use it on Gilbert.
Yeah, I remember.
And then I couldn't move, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be able to be like, well, when we get to hell,
I know where he is.
I can head straight towards you. I know where you are. But then I couldn't move and I couldn't do it. And then I don't know why I didn't do it at the engagement party. I think I forgot.
don't know.
I'm not very helpful.
Yeah, but no, it's so that it could be on the Viscount for
Yeah.
the first time. Which was just
No, it's
so
great.
good.
I thought about trying to get it on Lilith, but then I was like, there's no way of doing that. So.
No. I also just don't think that would be super helpful.
Well, no, it was really early on when we didn't really know anything about her and like what the
That's
situation
fair.
was, and it was just to sort of keep tabs on
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. It was it's one of those things where I've kind of this is like one of the first talks in a while where I've kind of just like sat and like not criticized anyone for any of the things that have happened so far because it's like
So far.
well because
We'll get to these two and Seth in the fight.
it's yeah I mean we could do that, the threatening of
The
Seth.
threatening of Seth. The mass threatening of Seth.
I didn't know that Agatha was going to follow suit.
Yeah, but you always should, because what's the theme of Talia and Agatha's friendship? Talia does something, and Agatha joins
Yeah.
in and eggs her on, and they're a bad influence
From-
on each other.
Agatha's point of view, everyone wanted Seth to leave the room because we were under the impression 4 hit points, and he wasn't leaving the room.
Cool.
So that's why she did that. just
like,
to
I
try and
understand it
scare him out
completely.
of the room.
It just sucks, you know?
It
I
is
get
really
it.
sucky,
Yeah.
and I don't have any justification.
I love it
I'm
when
glad
Morne
to
sits
hear
here
that.
and says they don't have any
But
justification.
that was the reasoning.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I apologise.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it did lead to a very beautiful conversation.
It
later
did.
on.
It did.
Yeah.
It had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was one of the it was one of those things where Seth, because I wanted to make it clear without giving anything away until I had to give it away that
Yeah.
Seth wasn't scared of what was happening
Yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
For sure. And you did
Which,
a very
like,
good job at balancing that, I think.
Because, like, I as a player was like, you're actually fine. You're not going to die. Something's going to happen. But, like,
Yeah.
Talia as a character
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
And because her thing was, I mean, it's like she said, she was, thinking that you were going to die instantly. She was really like, well, I'd rather you live and think that I'm a horrible, murderous, evil person.
Sorry,
than,
what
like,
is happening here? I've only just noticed this. What the fuck?
Before filming, they both went, I want baby Rosie. Yeah, I want baby Aggie. I need to give them cuddles and hold them, and I need my comfort doll. And so she's where she belongs.
So rude.
Upside down.
What was I saying?
About it's okay for Seth to think that Talia is a horrible, mean, bad
Well,
person.
I'd rather Seth live and think that
Yeah.
than die.
No, I agree. I got that.
Yeah, no, I got that as Rio, and quite frankly, on the other side of it, Seth would rather die knowing he has people that care about him than live knowing that everyone around him threatens and doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Talia didn't think that far ahead.
No.
Yeah.
When do they?
No.
Yeah. But she was also sort of like, as she always is, you know, well, the nice people are probably going to survive this and they can explain the situation to him.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, no, because I think your actions of being like, well, we need to get Seth out of this room with the information that you guys had.
Well, her initial one of the thoughts that I thought she might do was to literally like run and pick Seth up and take him out of the room.
Which is
But-
so funny.
By that point,
Yoink.
I think by that point they were already in combat and loads of people had missed.
Yeah.
And she was really like,
Yeah, because our first round was not very good.
yeah. So she was sort of like, well, I actually need to stay here and be close so that if he does attack anyone, it's me and it's not anyone else.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, bro.
No, it's fine. It is what it is. Your actions showed Seth that you guys are worse people, so...
And that
And
was
they are.
narratively perfect and beautiful
Yeah.
because we then got to have a wonderful conversation with them about it, which, like, you know, mirrored the conversation that kickstarted Agatha leaving with Seth and Agatha that I thought was a really beautiful parallel.
Yeah.
So I just think very full circle, very the end is coming and let's face ourselves based on our past and cycles, and I thought it was great. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
later.
We'll get to that. Yeah, and then the Viscount had the hold person spell break because purely because of the time passing, the amount of rounds passing.
Which is fair.
Yeah, like that was a good chunk
But
of
it was a
time.
good amount. We got like 3 rounds in, I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 3.
I think it was 3. But he broke and he was very angry.
Oh, baby.
Poor boy. He was angry that Rosalind didn't love him after all.
Angry little man
trying
that is
to hurt
loved
him.
by the girl he groomed.
What do you mean my grooming didn't work? What I've been doing for the last couple of
You
years.
mean I cut your hand off and you don't love me?
Oh.
But I tortured your brother and everything.
I heard about that thing, Stockholm Syndrome. Why the fuck don't you have that?
I travelled to Sweden just for you.
Yeah, he was red in the face, and
And boy, was it funny.
it was fun. It was really fun. I mean, you know, it was fun when he was held, but it just got more satisfying when I could see his reactions and interact with him.
Yeah.
You know? It got very satisfying at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got really angry when she was like, are you such a fool? Like, you genuinely, like, believed I could love you. And he was like, you know? He got so angry. And I was like, bro, but, like, you're stupid.
Uh-huh.
Like, that you're stupid then.
I've been saying this from the
You're
start.
so arrogant and so stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he Circle of Death.
He did.
Yeah, that was
he
brutal.
did kill everyone.
He did start off strong.
He did.
Yeah.
He came out swinging, as we knew he would. And Seth took 22 points of damage.
Yep.
And we
Seth only has 4 hit points.
So that should be a insta kill. But Rio didn't look too concerned or sad, and Lyndon was just like, "We'll get to Seth." And I was suspicious of that.
I'd been suspicious from very
I
early
mean,
on.
same. Given the Georgiana scene with you as well, I think, in the last episode. But no, that was the moment that I was like, wait, we're about to find out here.
Yeah.
If
But
this is or not.
I never guessed cleric.
True. But it makes sense.
It does.
I didn't have any guesses. Like, I think I assumed that you had a class of some sort, but I didn't have an inkling
Yeah.
what you could have been.
Well, again, I didn't have cleric because we when we started this, clerics didn't exist, and like I was sort of like, well, you know, it could be anything because
of Madam and
of
that
how
lot.
everything's worked.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't think cleric, and then until like just before, and then I was like, oh, obviously.
Yeah, I really like it again, and I sort of want to talk more about it when we get to the conversation in the carriage later, because I'm really interested in like your thoughts on creating him as a cleric. But I really like, once again, that the lore of this story is that when you open up powers to people of other classes to people who have had different life experiences and different perspectives on the world and on everything and on belief and on spirituality and on the self and morals. Like, you get different types of powers, and that might not necessarily be the same way as you had clerics in the Sanctum 200 years ago, you know? And I really like it. I think it's very, very cool, and it's very, like, the point of the story we're telling still, and it's a new perspective on that, and I really like it.
How long have you been a cleric? How long has the plan been for you to be a cleric?
Do you know? Right. Sorry. Do you want to know what Rio told me?
Yeah, I'll
Oh, you say it.
I'll
Okay.
say it. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
that's why I asked Rio.
Sorry. It's just it.
So
Morne's mind is
Wild.
blown, I guess.
So when we went,
Oh, God.
so when we filmed the first 4 episodes,
That final bit, yeah.
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was when after we finished the filming the final episodes, and then I got on the train. I got a message from Lyndon being like, "Hey, cleric?" ? And I was like, "Yeah."
So this is over 2 years ago.
me!
This is 2.5
Well,
years ago.
I had
fuck?
assumed that it was from then. I just thought that happened in the little...
No,
The little
no,
bit.
no.
Well, can you tell us what the little bit was now? Was it Reginald questioning you?
I suppose I can, Lyndon. Yeah, because I assume it will be at some point in the episodes that.
Yeah, we should put it out.
Because it should be.
Still
I'll
got
put it as a flashback.
Yeah.
Like,
That'll be
So
good.
it has been a couple of years.
yeah.
2.5.
So it was.
I love Seth.
So Reginald brought me into a room and asked me if I knew where the girls had went. First he asked me about the door. Well, I remember this actually because I was actually quite proud of this. Reginald asked me what happened to the door, and my response was I wasn't around when the door happened, which isn't technically a lie
Very slay.
because
Very
at that point, Seth,
Teenage boy answer to
Yeah.
be like, well, I'm not lying.
yeah, and then I rolled very high on the persuasion, and Reginald rolled very low on insight.
Slay.
It was something like that. Again, it was a very long time ago.
Yeah.
And I remember being very proud of it because Lyndon in that, I remember him looking up to me and like out of character be going like, "You shit."
You know you've won when your DM does that.
Yeah. And then it was just
I
like,
feel like that's one of the moments that the most like teenage Rio has seeped into Seth.
Well, that and with the guard
Hey,
in,
look.
in the room.
Seth avoids getting in. Old Seth didn't want to get in trouble, and the events that happened around him would have led him into a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, well, technically, I wasn't around when the door thing happened.
Uh-huh.
I ain't lying to you.
Yeah.
I don't deserve to get in trouble for this. And yes, I don't know where the girls have gone because
I don't
no
know.
one told me.
Yeah.
They told me they'd see me the next day.
But this is why they told you that, so that you didn't have to lie
Yeah.
when Reginald questioned you.
And I think the conversation happened like a couple of days after you left, so it was
Right.
it was a bit of talking about like you know the next day you went to work and the girls weren't around, and then Reginald and Georgiana were talking like being secretive and talking a lot more, and then Reginald was very much like, okay, we believe you could provide some use for us,
Yeah.
and then that's where the
So what does
conversation ends.
Reginald know?
Reginald, if I'm correct, Lyndon, if I'm incorrect, you have to come here and tell me. But to my belief, Reginald is Georgiana's right
Guy.
like
Yeah.
this guy.
That's what I thought.
And it was the only people who weren't affected by the
Yeah,
lovely
it was
weather
Seth
spell
Reginald.
was Seth, Reginald, and Georgiana.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes. So Reginald wasn't a cleric. Reginald was a guy, but Reginald was Georgiana's guy.
Yeah. Like in my
So
head.
did he know about magic and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in my head, Georgiana brought Reginald to the household. Like when she married Frederick, he became the
Yeah,
steward.
that's what I always thought.
Like,
But Frederick, of course, thinks he's his guy.
Yes.
yeah,
yes.
obviously.
of
And that's
course.
why he works so well as Georgiana's guy.
God, they're married. So I'll get to it later. But Georgiana doing the same plan that Rosalind tried to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it very much.
Sorry if I peeked the mics. I don't know what
You're the
I'm
one editing it.
I'm saying sorry to myself.
But yeah, it was that happened. That's what that conversation was, and then I mean, over the last couple of years, the first idea was cleric, and then for a brief moment of time, we skirted around like maybe actually being a paladin instead.
Well, because that was my other guess, was you might be a paladin.
And then
because they've sort of got healing, but are also fighters.
And then we went back to just being a cleric.
Yeah.
I do think that makes
sense.
the most
Cleric
sense.
does make the most sense.
Yeah. I think I'm a life domain. Yeah, a life domain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. And you've had lots of practice.
I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
My character's girlfriend and home game is a life domain cleric.
Yeah, so I was really glad when it was like, which one should it be? And I was like, life, and then, well, yeah, that makes sense.
I know what I'm doing with that.
Fuck, I don't have to learn anything huge for this.
Yeah. But the thing is, and again, the fact that Seth was a cleric, we would not have killed the Viscount if we didn't have Seth.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely instrumental. Like, Seth actually was sort of one of the most valuable people
Oh,
we
hands
had.
down.
Like, we could sort of, we would have lasted longer without anybody else. We would, you know, like but Seth, we would have instantly, like, you know,
Yeah.
so much.
It's also really funny because when we did the Circle of Death roll, it was a con saving throw. So Seth gets a +2 to con saving throws, and I rolled a 17, and I see Morne roll their dice and look over and see that I rolled a 17. So I have to be like, I hope 17 is high enough.
The thing is,
Oh,
Rio,
shit,
is that if I looked over at yours, I don't remember this, but I wouldn't have been able to see it anyway because I don't wear my glasses.
You're right.
Like,
You're absolutely fucking right. Because the thing is, in my mind, I was like, that's a 19. If 17 isn't good enough, and I die
I can't
because of
even
this.
see my own dice half of the time, let
Yeah,
alone yours.
because you're rolling circular
That is true.
bullet
That is
dice.
true.
I can barely see what that says a lot of the time.
Literally.
I can because I've made it my mission since we first started filming because I always sit next to Morne and Morne never knows what number they roll. So when I look like I'm being overbearing, it's because Morne will say that's a 5 and it's an 18. And I'm like, that is such a success. Why are you saying it's a 5? I now have to double check every single one
I'm
of your
sorry,
rolls.
it's just Agatha. I don't like wearing my glasses.
We should get you
But
like
Agatha.
opera binoculars or
Contacts
something.
on.
I don't like wearing contacts.
We'll get you a monocle or
okay.
something just so you can like have a look.
Oh, I would
All
love a
future
monocle.
characters will be wearing your glasses.
Glasses,
Or a
monocle, anything like that. But yeah,
Okay, I'll write glasses. I'm sorry, but Agatha has 20/20 vision. It's the
does.
only
Yeah.
perfect thing about her.
It's in her memory.
And her memory, yeah.
but yeah, so I'm glad. Luckily, 17 was high enough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Only
you
just.
Yes.
you wouldn't have had to lie. I apologise.
Well, lucky for me too, because that's the spell that got like everyone down, right?
No, that was the
No, it was the
Fireball
fireball
got
after.
everyone down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone lost like a whole bunch of hit points here, but
That's what like
we
got
were
everyone
down.
super low.
Yeah.
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 Well, because as well, we all went into this at like. I mean, I know
Not
you'd
full.
got.
I did my
went in
second
at
win.
almost half
Yeah.
health.
I wasn't at full. I was sort of, but I
Yeah.
wasn't super low.
The thing is that if I hadn't
I
have
was
done
over
my
half.
second wind, I would have gone down much earlier. My second
Yeah.
wind got me back up to full
Yeah.
hit points.
Yeah.
Because I think at the time I had like 85 max hit points, and I think I was at like 50.
Yeah. Something like that for you.
Like, which isn't super low, but like for going into a combat that is
Like
going
that.
like for going into like our most dangerous combat,
yeah.
that was a ballsy move on our part.
It was. Not as ballsy as going into what is about to be our most dangerous combat with
With no spell slots, yeah.
But
No weapons.
Such as the no weapons. We'll get there when
We'll
we
get
get
there when we
there.
get
It's fine. It's literally fine, guys.
Yeah, it was fun
Yeah.
doing the healing words to Rosalind.
For a moment, I thought you might be a bard. As you were saying
What
the
the
thing,
fuck?
well, because as you were saying the things, I was like, maybe they're about to give you inspiration,
Mm.
and then I remembered that healing word was. a
But
thing.
I think it's because you said like who's looking the worst, like who's looking the roughest or something, and I really like that it was on Rosalind first, and that it
Yeah.
was a healing word because like I like that everybody slowly worked out that it was Seth and what Seth was doing, because Rosalind obviously is the healer, like she knows what healing word is and she knows what it's like and she knows how it works very well, and she knew nobody else in the room could do that except the person that she doesn't know what they can do, you know?
Yeah.
And that was very cool. It was very, very cool. And it was a nice moment. I think it's interesting because Seth's relationship with all of the girls, I think he sort of had pre-existing relationships with Talia and Agatha, and Seth and Rosalind they didn't have as much of a like connection. They only had this thing where she'd accidentally taught him misogyny. And what I quite liked was that Seth, through seeing, first of all, through like living around Georgiana, and then second of all, through like seeing how they were in the battle and how they interacted with him, I think he could obviously see that while London had made these two worse, it had made Rosalind better. And I think that was really cool. And then later on, I think the talk in the carriage was really interesting.
Yes.
So I liked that they had that moment first, and then I liked that gradually people started to realise what Seth was doing. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
I did feel a bit cheeky entering the room healing and then leaving the room again, but I was like,
No,
if I
that's what you
stay
had
in
to
this,
do.
if I stay in
No,
this,
but that was so good, like tactically.
That's
like,
exactly what we needed.
Yeah, and then I was like, why weren't the gunslingers doing that? Like, the gunslingers have so much range. Why are they not leaving the room and then just like
I don't know.
bang, bang? No, but like none of the Pentecostals did.
The Pentecostals,
The thing is,
They just
the
know bang, bang, bang.
They just know
the
bang, bang, bang.
Pentecosts, they're all bimbos.
Bimbos.
they actually
Because
are.
leaving the room is what saved you from the fireballs.
Yeah. They're all high intelligence, low wisdom. Like,
Yeah.
they don't know shit.
They're all a
And
bit
Seth
silly.
Seth is low intelligence, high wisdom. Like there's a
Yeah.
minus modifier on Seth's intelligence.
Lol.
So,
Did you roll for it, or did you have standard?
yeah, I rolled for it.
Nice. When did you roll your stats?
This was a time where it was just me and Lyndon in the flat. Everyone was
Okay.
active. So I think you guys were doing performance, so it was just me and Lyndon, and I gave him a roll, and I rolled a 9, and I was just like, yeah, that goes for intelligence.
He's not smart.
He ain't a smart guy.
It's giving us all rolling, seeing an 8, and me being like, that's my charisma. Thank you very much.
Seeing like a 3 and being like, that's my constitution.
Your constitution was not a 3.
I can't
Your
remember.
constitution, you're dead.
Dead, like.
And here's Agatha in a wheelchair with polio.
Like, I think your constitution was a 9.
I don't remember.
Which is
is a
so
9.
funny, because I think I was
Whatever
like,
it was the lowest.
No, but I don't think it
No,
was.
the lowest is
I
your
took the
charisma.
lowest for charisma. I was like, your sickness great, but
'Cause
I'm
didn't you have a
so
minus
social.
too?
Oh yeah, because we rolled together, didn't we?
I had an 8,
Yes.
which is minus 1.
I remember
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's so funny.
You see, Agatha has good memory, but I do not. That being said, I feel like I have said that exact same line multiple
You have.
times on
You
the
have.
show.
That's
Yeah.
like your
Which-
catchphase.
Which,
If only it wouldn't take too long for you to go back
No,
and
for a
take
makeup
all of them and just
montage.
edit it all
Yeah.
together.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fireball to everyone in the room.
What?
Fireball killed Albert.
Yeah.
Why did you keep showing more than
Yeah.
Like, your
Rhea
brother's
was
dead.
being
funny.
so mean, and like player wise, I was trying not to worry because I knew that Rosalind had revivify. But Rio kept on showing me that, and it was making me as a player anxious. Of like, Rio.
Good. I mean this in the best way possible. Good. I wanted you to feel that, and I think it came across well when it came to the revivifying
Well,
of it.
Agatha was a
couldn't move.
snake,
Agatha couldn't
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
You know, so I just really wanted to know in that Fireball killed Albert.
You made it well known to me, and I was shitting myself. I was like, I'm trying to stay calm.
You guys forget about him all the time, so I really wanted you to remember that he was killed by a
I
fireball.
don't-
Forget his name all the time.
I don't forget
I've been
Albert.
with
I want to call him
Archie.
Archie.
I worked with Archie for so long.
I don't forget Albert as much as you guys do.
You do forget Albert, though.
Not as much as
But
you
you
guys
do forget him in a sibling way. We just forget.
Oh
him.
yeah.
You just forget. him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just forget
You
you.
f- they
I
for-
just don't care about him.
I know.
The thing is, I was just like, it's
Except
fine.
now
I can
I-
deal with
now
that
I
later.
do. Now
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah,
Karen.
we'll
we'll
edit
get
that
to that. No, but I am just like, Rosalind was just like, okay, someone's dead. Fine, whatever. I'll get to that later. I've got time.
I've got time. Don't worry. And then the next note is that Rosalind keeps attacking wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I think that was because it was one of the fireballs that everyone was down,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
it was
the second
Because there was a
fireball.
moment.
The second Bible that
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, and I think I did the wrist thing like on basically like the 2 times I could attack, because it just felt right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was just, I think, and again, her whole point, I think, throughout that fight was just like, she didn't need him to acknowledge what he'd done to her because she knew that he never would, in the way that, like, Frederick never will, you know? But it was just that thing of, like, for herself, her driving force was just like, if I can, you just deserve to, like, know what it feels like. And I think he did, and it made him very angry.
Yep.
And she was just like, good, I was angrier, you know?
Yep.
It was worse for me.
Yep.
And so the sort of cutting off of his hand, attacking of his left hand was just her instinct to be like, no, look what you did to me. Oh, you thought I loved you. This is what you did to me.
Yeah.
This is how it feels. And it was fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And she spat on him.
She did. Talia was really like,
Yeah.
but then she was also like, fuck. Like, no, don't become like me.
No,
But then
it
she was
wasn't.
also like, now is the moment that it's deserved. You fucking spit on him.
The thing is, she was just so angry because her thing didn't work, and then it was really like all she could think of to do. And I actually just think it's cute because I think that like that's the one thing she's ever picked up from like the Velvet Masquerade crew and like the sailors and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was her one moment. I don't think she'll ever do that again in her
No.
life. I think that was very situational.
Mm-hmm.
She was popping off. She was saying some shit as well. She was like, what did she say? There was one bit where she was like, you can go fuck yourself because I never will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was like, I'm gay. Like, that was good.
When Talia was like,
Oh my
fucked
God.
your girlfriend. You're
I
like,
thought
your
your
fiancé.
fiance.
oh, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was so good. When you were like, you know, this feels good. It might even feel better than when I fucked your fiance. While you pissed the bed
in
next
the room
door.
next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
God,
that-
I've wanted to say that to him for so
And that's
long.
when Rosalind was like, yeah, that's true. I was literally never gonna love you, even if you hadn't done all that. I'm literally gay, bruv. Which was satisfying.
I think
Which
that's
is also really
gay.
funny if Seth heard that.
Seth was too. I think Seth
I
had.
think I had bigger problems.
I think
Yeah.
Seth ultimately had big ringing in his ears for most of that fight. It
I
was-
think he was just like, oh, they're shouting insults at him. Oh, they're all arguing.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I don't care. I
no
don't
details.
care. I need to make sure people live.
Details.
I need to make sure people live.
He was locked
And that's-
in.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that every time he came out, he was a bit closer to the floor.
no, Seth crawling on the last one
Yeah.
made me that was so good. All died.
Harold got blown up by. It was either Eldritch Blast or Fireball number
I think
2.
it was a fireball number 2.
I think it was the second fireball.
Yeah, because that fireball, he took down 3 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And gained a fuck ton of hit points.
Yes, because that's right before he ran away.
Because that's when you faced him one-on-one when you
Yeah.
were on 1 hit point and he had just gained like 40.
Because because that's why, like, he was like, oh, I'm strong enough to run away. You
Yeah.
know, like, that was his thing there, I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you know what Lyndon said after?
Oh, God.
In like a gaff or something. He was like, now if I was really mean, I would just have him ride through town shooting Eldritch Blast at all
Yeah.
the villagers so I could gain loads of hit points
Yeah.
back. But I'm not gonna do that.
He did say
I just
that.
think the Viscount is too, like, aware of publicity
Yeah.
to be seen riding around a village killing everyone.
First recorded incident of a drive-by. The Viscount at a time went to a small village and just shot a bunch of villagers.
That's not funny, but it is. But no, do you know what I think is funny? It's now a repeated instance with me. Well, I would only have 2 nickels, but it is weird it happened twice. That I've played a character who has ended up facing off against their main abuser / personal antagonist while they're on 1 hit point and the other person's really strong through flames. Because that happened in home game with Venya and Trollbelly.
Yeah.
She was on 1 hit point when she faced off with him. And I think that's weird. I also think it's very cool. I really like it narratively. It was so epic. I think that was the moment for me that felt the most like cinematic. Because it was really like I could see him so clearly like through the flames. Like in my head there was fire flickering like around us and between us, but Rosalind never really got far away from him because
No.
I mean she's a ranged fighter, but her whole thing was like, well, this is between me and you, and I want you to look at me and I want to be here with you, and it was very epic that it was just the 2 of them left in that moment, and it was very epic that she then got, and that's actually where what came in that fight a lot for Rosalind was that she'd never before felt so grateful or so special for being able to heal people. Like, she always knew that was a good skill to have, but it was always almost that same thing that we've seen with Seth of like, oh, well, I'm useful now, I have a use, I have a purpose. But in this fight, because it was in that moment with the 2 of them, and she was really looking at him in the eyes, seeing this man, and her overwhelming thought was like, well, I should be about to die. Like, I can feel that I'm on death's door. Like, there is no strength left in me. but I'm gonna be okay because I have this special magical thing that none of the men have had for like thousands of years, which means I can bring up the people who love me and have my back, and you don't have that, and you'll never have that. And that was so special. Like, there were so many moments in the battle that Rosalind felt proud of herself, and not even proud of herself, just like secure in herself and her abilities, which for all her growth is still so new. Like, she so rarely ever felt that in her life. And to feel it like that in a magical combat situation against someone so much more powerful, against the man who has been her abuser for years, like, it was so special, and I was so proud of her. Because then I bounced you back up. No, I bounced Agatha
you bounced
up.
Agatha back
Because
up.
you were... And again, that's why I really liked that we had the same initiative roll, because she did that with the knowledge that, like, I can bring Agatha back because I have this special divine power, and then Agatha can fuck you up, you know? And she did that knowing that Agatha would immediately be ready with bang, 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 you know?
Yeah. Aggie is nothing if not reliable.
Bang, bang, bang.
At times. She's
Reliable
reliable
with
in
her-
combat.
That's what I mean.
She's reliable with bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
the
that.
life of a gunslinger. Bang, bang, bang. I want that on a t-shirt.
I'll make you one.
Slay.
Truly, Agatha is... Thomas would say Agatha is reliable with bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And then Seth came, brought up Talia,
Yeah.
and then stood behind the Viscount.
Yeah.
That was so good.
So what it was, because yes, in game sense, it would give advantage to Talia, but also how it makes sense for Seth, it's I'm being useful because either you have to turn around from everyone else and, you know, kill me, and you're facing away from everyone else, or you're facing everyone else and I'm behind you and I'm just going to hit you with my hammer.
I hit you with a hammer.
So it's like...
Bonk on the head.
It's like I'm almost out of spell
naughty
slots.
bastard.
I have one. At that point, I had 1 second level spell slot left. Like it was very much Seth was like I'm feeling lack
Yeah.
of power. I have a hammer. I simply will do what I can with it, and I will save what I got for more healing for whoever would need it.
Yeah.
And then
That was so cute. I loved
Yeah,
that.
I love Seth so much. But then the Viscount ran away.
I can run away.
And he was like, you should thank me for my mercy.
Shut up.
I could destroy everyone here right now. And Rosalind was really like, oh my god, you're still talking.
Yeah.
She's like, yappa, 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 bag of fucking wind. Like, what are
Talia
you on
was
about?
really like, okay, but you're still running away.
Rosalind was really just like, okay, that's annoying, but like, I guess we're going now. But I did resurrect Albert and Harold first, and I did have to roll for Harold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Revivify is still not unlimited because this world has quite gritty stakes. But what I really liked was that like the way you described Seth's helping was so sweet.
That was so gorgeous.
And like you as well, like, and all of that lowered the DC.
Yeah.
And then you were a state.
Yeah.
Which of course you were. Agatha really could have lost her dad and her brother. For a moment she was the last Pentecost.
Yeah. I'm aware. Stop it.
It's currently my favourite bit.
There's so much that comes along with like being the last Pentecost.
You're gonna come into my room one night and just.
I'm just like, oh wait,
poke me.
no, sorry, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
And then just leave. But yeah, the reviving them, bring them back, and then just being like, all right, you guys are up and ready.
I'm gonna
We
go.
gotta go.
No, because Rosalind's thing was really like, I actually have to finish this because otherwise I'm fucked. Because Rosalind, to address the Lilith-sized elephant in the room, which I will do more when we get to her sending after she did it, Rosalind was just really like, well,
Well, I've
the
done it
stance
now.
I'm taking, I have to see it through. Because if I just attacked him, I'm definitely getting punished. I can spin killing him away. I can't really spin away trying to kill him, but I actually wasn't good enough. You know, the only way I can make it remotely impressive is that I managed it, you know? So she was like, this is the one thing in the world I literally cannot leave half done. I'm getting on my horse.
Yeah.
If you're coming, come with me.
I'm going out on my horse.
Yeah. So
But Talia's as fast as a horse, so she just ran.
Correction. I think Talia's actually faster than a horse. For some reason, I was using 40 feet, and I have 50.
oh,
No.
But alas, it didn't really matter.
No. but
Yeah.
he wasn't riding very well because he was fucked up. Forgot to say, when his clothes door open, he has old burn scars across the whole side of his body, which is very interesting because I've always been very fascinated in what the Viscount's old injury is that stops him walking far and hurts his back and stuff. Because I think it has to do with how he made a pact with Lilith. And I just really want to know that backstory. And I'm interested in if we'll be allowed to now that the Viscount's dead.
Maybe.
Depending what happens. But yeah, that was just a cool detail that I'm fascinated by.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did a horse chase. I thought it was so, again, just the amount of parallels and like full circle things that are happening at the minute, because Seth getting on a horse and then rolling the highest animal handling of all of us was beautiful. And Mordecai.
I'll tell you this right now. That's the only thing I wanted. Seth could have gotten shot off by the Eldritch Blast and like broken his neck and fallen off the horse and died immediately. And quite
You would have
frankly,
been happy.
I would have been fine with that because he got the horse redemption that I wanted for him.
He goes up and he just bows while he's on the horse and he's like, I did it now.
And Agatha rode astride. For the
I
first time in her
did.
life.
Yes.
I got advantage.
I got advantage because she hadn't gone astride on a horse. She did go astride on Thomas.
Oh god.
Rosalind got reunited with her childhood horse, which was cute. I really enjoyed that. Hello? It just everything that happened with Rosalind in this whole battle felt so like everything was very poetic to me. Everything was very like thematically satisfying because her horse was something that she loved at home that was just like nice, and it was sort of one of the only things that was. And it felt very right that she was on that horse from her childhood that sort of represents those good parts of her childhood when she killed the thing that ended her childhood, you know? Like, that's good, you know?
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, Seth fucking rode ahead of everybody else. Talia got shot down in the driveway.
She did. I don't really know what her intention of running ahead was. I think she was
keep eyes on him.
Yeah, I think she was just sort of like, well, I need to stay on track. And I don't know how long the horses are going to take.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't matter if she kept eyes on him because she knows exactly what direction
but
she's
it's that
in.
panic instinct, isn't it? Of like, oh, he's getting away! After him!
Yeah.
And then I really liked, again, what with the full circle storytelling is Talia and Rosalind sharing the horse.
Yeah.
Which is what they did when they first went to the Viscount, and now when they last went to the Viscount. And that is so fucking satisfying.
Speaking of Talia and Rosalind, this was one of my points that I don't know how much it like came across to the audience. I don't know how much it came across to you guys, but I was thinking about it afterwards. This, I think, is the first combat that the girls have been in since everything, since the breakup, and
You had the swarm.
we did, but that was sort of separate.
It was different, yeah.
Because we were already separated. Like we weren't really fighting
True.
as one cohesive unit.
Yeah.
You know? Like we were sort of in different places, and it was a different thing.
It was a very bitty fight.
Yeah. Whereas this was the first, like, there is our enemy and they are attacking us, and like, it was different because it wasn't a swarm. And the difference in the way that she was thinking in a battle was really
Interesting.
it's one of the like, oh, I'm actually quite proud of her for that, because one of her things that I was always like, this is so toxic of her, and I hate that this is how she is in a combat, her focus was always Rosalind. I need to keep Rosalind alive, I need to get in the way of all of that, like I need to be over by that, and that was always like, no matter what the combat was, that was at the forefront of her mind, was like, well, if anything starts to happen to Rosalind, I'm dropping whatever's happening here and I'm going over there to sort that out. Whereas this time, I know she sort of got between Rosalind and the Viscount a couple of times, but that wasn't in a, well, I need to protect Rosalind.
That was only when it was tactical for what she was doing.
That was one, tactical, and two, it was in the same way that she would get in the way of any other person fighting there.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm proud of her.
Or at least the 3 people there that she cared about.
I'm proud of her. That's really nice.
And it was really like, I sort of didn't realise while it was happening, and then I came out of it and I was like, oh, that was
Wait a
so
minute.
much, that was so much less like,
toxic.
yeah, like it just felt less awful.
Nice.
So that was nice.
That's good.
I don't know if it came through at all, but it was a nice difference for me playing her.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
I like that.
Good.
I like that there are signs of like positive growth happening in her.
Yeah.
Agatha kills horse.
I killed a horse.
Yeah.
It was
So,
it was ultimately the smartest
Yeah,
thing to do
Rosalind
in
was
that.
sad
It
about
wasn't
the horse.
something I liked
No.
to do, because obviously the horse is innocent, but it was something that kind of had to be done, otherwise the Viscount would be
Yeah.
taken away. So with my guns, I can either shoot 60 feet or I can shoot 240 with disadvantage. The first couple times I rolled really badly on both of them, but then there were two.
And you were aiming for the Viscount on those ones.
I was,
Yes.
yeah. But when I aimed for the horse, that was when I started rolling really good. I think I got like an 18 on disadvantage. So
No, you definitely didn't get enough to hit the Viscount.
No, but I got enough to hit the horse.
You definitely got
So you wouldn't have got an 18 because that would have hit the Viscount.
Right.
You were
I think
aiming
you-
for the horse.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you shot the horse.
Maybe I got an 18.
Yeah, but
that
they
was my
still,
highest, and then-
regardless.
Oh yes, that's what
The
happened. You
lowest.
rolled an
I-
18, but that was the highest. The disadvantage
Yes,
one was
yeah.
a 12, which was enough to hit the horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah. And yeah, that.
And you did the exact amount of damage.
Yeah.
Because horses have 13 hit points,
And I got.
and you did 13 damage.
Yeah.
And like, it is very sad that the horse had to die. Rosalind was very sad about that.
Yeah.
But it was, again, that thing of even though you were down right at the end, Agatha did so much. Like, and it was really the three girls as a unit that took him down, because without Agatha doing that, it would have been so much more difficult.
Yeah.
Like, that was instrumental in the fact that we were able to kill him. Was one, that he was kneecapped.
Well-
and two, that his horse died.
Yeah.
That meant that we could get close enough in one round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
And it-
if we were chasing, his range was so much further than any of us.
And
That he would have got so many more shots in before we got to
Well,
him.
that's why I was making use of my 240 feet on disadvantage, because I was like, the Viscount is getting further and further away, but I have that range.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a gamble, but it's a gamble that I do have to take.
Gotta take that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it count.
And it paid off. And it was a Agatha Wombo combo, because like the way that it was the three girls as a unit, like it wasn't only that Agatha had killed the horse, but Agatha beforehand shooting him in the kneecap meant that he had half movement on foot. Like
Yeah.
like
Which was good because he also had 40 feet on foot. If you hadn't have done that, because he's fucking mobile.
yeah. Yeah, of course he's fucking mobile. That pissed me off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because it was very much like it should only just be the three of you, and the only reason why Seth came along was purely, well, I'm another body for him to aim for. Like, I know that sounds bad, but it's like he had the cantrip spare the dying, so I can make sure no one dies.
Yeah.
But it's also very much a case of like, if he's going to be doing the shit that I've been seeing him do from us from a distance, if I'm another body and he hits me,
Yeah.
then that stops one of you guys
Yeah.
getting hit and going forward. And I think, and so it was very much like at no point, like going into that, I was like, Seth isn't going to attack the Viscount. Seth is just there.
Seth was there to make sure none of us died.
Like that's kind of the whole thing, and it was very good seeing like the horse shot, grapple,
Death.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cinematically,
It was so cinematic.
thematically beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm very happy it worked out that way.
And you were on a horse.
Yeah.
You were on a horse.
This is the thing that I was really gagged by, because when we would imagine how it would be like the perfect way to kill him, it was always Talia holds him down and Rosalind kills him. And it never occurred to me that Rosalind would be mounted, but it was very but that was so cool. Like that was so cinematic. That made it so epic. And it, for me as well, it was really cool and meaningful, because one of the worst things about Rosalind's experience when he cut her hand off, and I remember it so vividly, and it was such a huge thing in her Act 2 arc, was the way that when they were in the alley together, Rosalind sort of suddenly saw him for the first time as he is, because she had been seeing the sort of polished veneer of himself that he puts forward in society. And, he's a harmless, handsome, polite man. And when it came down to oh, he has magic, oh, he's not what I thought, and we're alone in this dark alleyway together, she suddenly realised how tall and large he was, because Rosalind is like 5'2", like she's very small and he's over 6 foot, and he looked scary. And I remember so vividly in like Rosalind's memory of suddenly seeing his face and body for the first time as something big and scary, like over her. And I really liked that it got flipped and she was looking down on him. I really liked that she was fully looking down on him from her childhood horse. And yeah, it was the perfect amount of damage, because even if he had like more of the hit points that Lyndon was like, that we were all confused about, she still would have got him, because she did 36 damage on her magic missile. Which is just the coolest thing she's ever done. It was beautiful. I'm so grateful that it happened the way it did. It feels so good. Like, it feels so good that he's dead. 10 out of 10. One of the moments of Demons and Daughters.
I wrote this down because I found it quite funny. The sending to Lilith didn't work at first. I don't know if you'll edit that out or not. I think you should keep it in because I'm
I
making
think
it
you
now.
should.
No, I will.
Because it is quite ultimately the funniest. For me, it was hilarious because it's like, and I'm going to send a message to Lilith, and it's like, all right, you have to roll for it. It's like, I just need to make sure I don't roll a 1.
No, literally. that was bad. And also, I think that will be kept in, because that's the reason she lost a bunch of spell slots. Is because she had to retry that. And she had to, because she was like, well, that's as bad as leaving it unfinished.
Yeah.
You know, she was like, well, I can't just like. She can't think I'm hiding it from her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like. So she did have to burn 3 sorcery points, unfortunately, for a 3rd level spell.
Which is, you know, a revivify.
Yep. But it was important.
Yeah. It was definitely the right thing to do.
Because the thing is, I know that she's currently busy fighting her husband, but like the minute she stopped being busy, I think if Rosalind hadn't managed to message her, and like be like, look, I'm being honest about this, I think Rosalind would have got yoinked. I think Rosalind's warlock powers would have been I think there would have been some punishment instantly, and then we would be fucked, you know? So I did have to spend those sorcery points. It's just really annoying.
Yeah.
Because really, it was above a 1. You never think you're going to fail on that.
No, you never think you're going to roll a 1.
And then what's really funny is that the persuasion was like a 29 or something.
Yeah, the persuasion was exactly 29.
Yeah, so good. Lyndon was like, roll 25, and I was like, bet. I'll roll 29.
Bet, fuck it, I'll do more. Just the extra points for safety.
Yeah. She's still not happy with me.
Well, no.
But obviously. But she'll hear me out.
Yeah.
And that's all I need of her. And I'm not going to go into Rosalind's thought process behind that here and now, because I want the audience to see it. Because I don't know what it will be. I have idea. I know what Rosalind thinks. I know Rosalind's stance on things. I know the way that she's made sense of it in her head. I don't know if that will happen. I think it will all come down to a lot of persuasion rolls.
Yep.
It might fuck me forever. Rosalind's happy if it does, because she got justice, which is what she wanted.
But she's got guidance now, so she can, you know, cast that just before she starts speaking to Lilith.
Exactly. And I just think for Rosalind, it's worth it. It's worth the risk, which I just think proves her point and shows her growth. And yeah, we'll do that when we come to it, because I'm not sure exactly how she'll approach it in the moment. But I have thoughts. Rosalind has thoughts. And for the moment, she's got all she needed to relax for a little bit, which is, I'm busy, darling, but we will talk, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just that's all I need. All I needed was for you to be willing to talk to me about it, and you are.
As Lyndon loved to say this whole film session, it'll get you in the room.
Exactly. That was Lyndon's fucking catchphrase.
That was his catchphrase for these episodes. It will get you in the room. Because quite frankly, a lot of things happened, and it's like, all right, we're in the room now.
Unfortunately, we were in the room.
But we'll get to that later.
But yeah.
And then you all went Saturday behind to deal with the horse.
Yeah.
You all went. You took Seth's horse with the Viscount's body on the back. Well, Seth's horse.
Mordecai.
So Mordecai means messenger.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why I went for Mordecai. And once again, I will say again,
You're not.
For fuck's
You're
sake.
not. You're not, are you? You are. You fucking are.
Is it?
A fireball killed Albert, in case you didn't know.
Final thoughts.
I hate you.
A fireball killed Albert.
just
Why? Unprovoked.
No, I will say what I was actually going to say. I only showed that to you because you're like, you're not going to know.
I
are
thought
you?
that
Well,
was
no, I
it.
still-
That was the whole intention.
And until next time.
Submissive and subscribable.